Hello BookTube and happy fall. Today I want to do a video that is entirely for fun, and this is just a silly video, so please do not get all up in arms. I'm going to make fun of some characters in books. I wanted to do a pair of videos. I know there's series, but I thought, well, why not do a pair would be two, right? Winners and Whiners. So I'm going to do Winners and Whiners in literature, and I need to preface that by telling you these are books that I love. These are books that I've taught. These are books that I'm pretty knowledgeable about, and I really enjoy teaching them, and I love them. They're great books, okay? But I am going to make fun of some of the main characters, so just for fun. And my video on Sunday night was sort of a, like, can you guess which characters are going to be discussed today? So there were some hints. Two books were American Lit, and the final book is British Lit in honor of October, because it's fall, and I wanted to just sort of end the video with a little yay, it's fall, it's October. But first and foremost, my favorite whiner. If you have ever suffered through a class with me or know anything about me, I am so sorry, Mr. Ruttenberg, but my favorite whiner is Holden Caufield, Catcher in the Rye. Okay, so, you know, on and on and on, Ackley clips his nails all over my bedroom, and I lost the foils on the bus, and it's not my fault, and I took Sally on a date, and I bought her, or rented her a little skirt so I could look at her, and then I chewed her out and called her a royal pain in the beep. Let's see what else. The mossy teeth and Stradladder with the rusty razor. Just whine, 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 complain in between questions about ducks and things. So Catcher in the Rye is definitely Holden Caufield, #1 whiner in American Lit. Number 2. Now, before I tell you the character that I think is a whiner, I want to let you know I'm a little hard on this character in the beginning of the book. He does redeem himself later in the book. So, you know, I pick on him in the beginning, but by the end, he is quite lovely. So, but in the very beginning, I have to say, wah, 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 for none other than Mr. Grant Wiggins in A Lesson Before Dying. Mine and Ann makes me help somebody learn how to read. Never mind that he's in, prison for a crime he didn't commit, and he's gonna die for a crime he didn't commit. I want to talk about me. I don't want to teach him how to read. I'm too busy. I'm too important. Nah, 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 nah. Right? I do. I really get annoyed with Grant Wiggins in the beginning of this book. But he does end up, a much better character, I think, by the end. And, and then the whole thing about church, that was in my video, right? I don't want to go to church. I'm not going to church, right? And that's fine. I'm not trying to, preach to anybody. I feel like the Nanan has done so very much for him. I mean, she does everything for him. And then she did all this horrible labor as a younger person, helping to raise him and fund his education. And so, I think he's quite ungrateful and quite the whiner. So I need to say that Grant Wiggins starts out a whiner. But later on in the book, he does redeem himself. And so the book, A Lesson Before Dying, I love to talk about titles. And I always like to ask people who've read this book, what do you think is the significance of the title? Who got the greatest lesson, right, before Jefferson died, right? So most people think the lesson is about Jefferson. Jefferson's lesson was to learn how to read and write before he died. But what about Grant Wiggins? He learns an awful lot of very powerful stuff in the book as the story unfolds. And I think he grew and became a much better man because of it. So I know I'm pretty hard on Grant Wiggins in the beginning, but, he ends up all right in the end. Still, it's fun to complain about him. All right, and last but not least, we're moving over to British Lit. And this one, I don't know how many of you guys got it when I did the quiz on Sunday, the little video with the hints involving voyages and lightning. I think one of the greatest whiners in British lit is Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Yeah, I said it. I think Dr. Frankenstein is a big fat whiner. You know, oh, boo-hoo, I'm going to play God and I'm going to create somebody, even though my father advised me against this particular type of science. I think I'm all that, so I'm going to create this person. And then when he doesn't turn out exactly how I want and he doesn't look the way that I want him to look, I'm going to run and hide. Who does that? So yeah, I can't be the only one. Please tell me in the comments, am I the only one rooting for the monster in Frankenstein? So I was not a fan of Dr. Victor Frankenstein. I felt like, he was selfish and arrogant, and he, created this monster and then abandoned him. And I also wonder, like, come on, he must have known what the monster was going to look like. He created him. So I definitely did not care for Dr. Frankenstein. And the thing about the lightning, if you've read the book, there was that idea about the lightning and science. And so that's why I made that my hint. All right. Little tiny kudo back to American Lit. I didn't really know if this one qualified as a whiner or not, but I'm going to go with Abigail. From The Crucible. Oh my gosh, I had an affair with a married man and he didn't run away with me because his pregnant wife, is recovering from having a child, and he confessed his sin and went back to her. So I'm going to ruin everyone's lives. I think that makes her kind of a whiner. So I don't know. I just threw that in as an extra because I wasn't really sure on that one. Let me know in the comments. I will say the comments have to be approved, and that's just, I know that, most people like to post comments right away, but I just do that because if anybody posted something that might be embarrassing or hurtful, my students look at this channel, and so I'm a little protective. I will post the comment eventually, even if I don't agree with it, but I do need to look at them first. It's just me being cautious. Anyway, happy October. I wanted to kick off my October booktube video with Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. I don't like the doctor, but I root for the monster. So anyway, booktube, thanks so much for listening and have a great day. Bye-bye.